Update. Our 21-year-old daughter got engaged to a 36-year-old man whom we saw as a surrogate son. Good afternoon everyone. I am writing this with the help of my youngest son. A compilation of my first posts are here. In summary, my 21-year-old daughter, now 22, announced last year that she was engaged to a man, 36, who my wife and I had adopted as a surrogate son after his parents passed away. They claim they began dating when she turned 18. But we now know it began much earlier than that. Though we didn't find out about any of this until she was 21. So legally there was not much we could do. The effects this had on my family were devastating. My oldest son has cut the family off. He cannot come to terms with the man he grew up with as a brother being in a relationship with his sister. There was a physical altercation. And although they both said they were going to put their differences aside, that was really the last time we saw him. My daughter had her baby. And the child is beautiful and doing wonderfully. My daughter and her fiancé have since gotten married in a very small ceremony. My wife is focusing mainly on the baby and helping out with the baby as much as possible. She says she sees the small ways which he is controlling over my daughter, but she tries not to say anything. Holidays and birthdays are still awkward, but luckily in the day-to-day we don't see him very often, since we come over during the workday. Ultimately, my daughter seems very happy being a mother, so that's the best outcome I could hope for. Predators are masterful manipulators. This man groomed your daughter and has now trapped her legally. Just make sure she knows that while you don't support her relationship with this man, you support her and will be there for her whenever she needs. Don't engage that much with her husband. It might lead to isolation from you. It's a classic abuser's move, and I'm surprised he hasn't done it yet. Hint at the idea of birth control. The last thing she needs is more children with that pig. I feel so bad for your daughter. But she's not at fault here. She's been taken advantage of by someone she loved and trusted. She was the child and he was the adult. You and your other children must always remember that. So many people don't pass the vibe check. So an abusive person wants to separate a person from their family so they don't feel like they have anyone to go to when they realize what happened. My ex kept me away from my family and all my friends. Due to that, I thought I had no one to go to. So basically what she's doing is helping her daughter. When she realizes what happens, she will realize, hey, I can go here for safety. She's a full-grown adult. You can't force a full-grown adult to do anything. You can hate what's happening and keep them close and hope they come to you when they realize what happens. It sounds like he groomed her. All you can reasonably do is support her as she navigates what is going to be a hard road. Once she's older and no longer the pedophile's toy, he'll move on to the next victim. She was groomed and there's nothing you can do other than what you've done. Let her have a safe space. Offer her therapy. You don't have to mention the relationship. That'll come out on its own. Eventually she'll reach the age he was when they started dating, and she'll realize how wrong it was. Let's all hope he's not abusive in other ways. People are giving you a really fucking hard time in the comments. Honestly, I'm not a parent, and I've never been in any situations like this. But I think you are doing the best you can right now. Make sure your daughter knows that if things go south, you'll be there for her. I also recommend trying to urge her to go to therapy, or even attempting to point out the times he tries to control her, as you said. Just to clear it up in case no one understood. There is a 15-year difference between them. That means that when she was 15 he was 30. That is beyond messed up, and sounds like predator grooming a child. Hey, really sorry for what you're going through. I think you're doing the best possible thing. Eventually, when things become worse, you can also support and help her. Hopefully, in time your other son will also see things that way. Good luck. I'm sure this is unbelievably hard for you, considering you raised this man for a portion of his teenage years. Yet he has taken advantage of the situation and your daughter. I think you are doing the best thing you can right now. Stay in her life. Continue to tell her how much you love her and your granddaughter, and just be vigilant to anything that seems way out of the ordinary. She may come to feel someday that this wasn't a good choice for her. But she may be ashamed or reluctant to tell you she needs help getting away because she may carry some guilt that she didn't listen to you in the first place. Abusers try to separate their victims from family, so it's so important that your wife spends the time with your daughter that she does. Stay strong. You sound like amazingly supportive parents with big hearts. Not only are you trying to protect your kids, you took in another person's child when they needed your help. And deep down I think your daughter knows she can trust you. Good luck. I'm worried about the baby. Not necessarily now, but when they are high school aged. Dear God, hopefully not till then. And ideally not ever. This predator is going to be dangerous for the kid and their friends. I'm really sorry you're in this situation, but please keep a close eye if you can. Report this to your county children's services. I'm a mandated reporter, and suspected child abuse when the perpetrator still has access to children is 1000% reportable. I always remember your story. I'm glad that you were there for your daughter, and I know there's not much you can do about this predator at this point other than wait until he inevitably cheats on her and or changes her for a younger girl. She is lucky to have such amazing supportive parents that care so much about her. He'll one day see the light and you'll be there to hold her hand. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I recall your original post. People who are criticizing you don't understand the worst thing you can do is drive your daughter off. Anger won't help your daughter. I think you are smart to visit as much as possible when he isn't around. I truly hope your daughter comes to her senses soon. Make sure you look out for your grandkids. People that groom kids like he did can easily start doing the same with their own kids. I'll like to add, she believes she is happy, but if you notice that he is controlling, it's probably not all that great in private. We see maybe 10% of what is wrong in a relationship when we are outside of it. Jackson as a disgusting predator. I really hope your daughter didn't have a daughter, because I fear for the baby's safety too. Daughter is going to find out the hard way when her predator husband trades her in for another child. He fucking groomed your daughter. That is so sick and is a despicable betrayal. I am so sorry you are having to cope with this. There's just no justice in this world. Your own son has paid the price of this bastard's transgressions. He's lost his support structure because he couldn't stand by and enable this. So that you guys can continue to allow a support structure for your groomed daughter. I'm probably gonna get downvoted to ass here for even suggesting this. But I see that you guys have nothing you can do legally for now. Which must feel like the worst thing in the world. I don't blame your son for washing his hands of this. I don't think I could be in your shoes. Because being forced to enable this evil to keep your daughter open to a support structure is nuts. I couldn't do it. In fact, I feel if faced with this as a dad, knowing I couldn't do anything legal, I think I'd resort to something illegal to remove him from the picture. Keep in mind, this is not my advice for you to do. I just have no fucking clue how you people are doing this and being able to look yourselves in the eye or sleep at night. This powerless in the face of pure evil bullshit is going to eat at you. Please tell me everyone putting up with this is in therapy. Because no fucking way anybody coming out of this with their sanity intact without serious help. I hope your daughter appreciates you all burning yourselves to keep her warm. Y'all do realize his daughter is a full-grown adult. He didn't find any of this out until she was 21. There's absolutely nothing he can do to force her out of the relationship. I think you're doing your best. She's lucky to have you guys. Wow. I'm so sorry. That man groomed her. I'm so disgusted by this. Yeah, your son sees this for what this is.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.